We got another new caller. All right, with that said, we're going to go ahead and start this Wednesday night law class. Let's see. Start off and say, Shalom, Yabashim Yahshua, Brakatah, all the brothers. Shalom, Shalom.
I'm talking about Shem Yahshua, all the sisters.
Right. All right. This is we started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yohana. I'm precinct officer of 1000 Kasar Pakad.
Precinct officer, I'm a 1-500.
And we are, like I said, we're doing the Wednesday night ISUPK Oakland law class. And tonight is a definitely special night for brothers in the nation of Israel. I'm sure everyone's been watching the news, see what's going on in the world. I had a different topic for tonight, but the Lord is working in the world. And so my topic now is going to be on the destruction of America. How can we find this in the Bible? I'm going to ask the brothers over the phone, who is America known as in the Bible? What nation is America identified? Because fake Israelites that love to come up against the ISUPK, what do they say? Where can you find ISUPK at in the Bible? Well, the easy cut right back to them is, where can you find the words America in the Bible? Where can you find the words European in the Bible? You don't see those words in the Bible, but you know who the devil is by the characteristics of the people that are in this Bible and are the ones that are in the world today.
Right.
You don't see the word Latino. How do you know that Latinos are the Israelites of the Bible? Because you look at them, you see how they live, you see the curses that they're going through, then you read the Bible, you learn about the Israelites, and you see that this matches up. So who is America in the Bible? What nation are they identified? Anybody over the phone?
The lock here, sir. Is it Babylon?
Damn right, man.
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying? Babylon. That is what we're known to call the oppressor. If you know about the Jamaican culture, even with the Rastafarians, they call the oppressors Babylon. They call the police Babylon. If you know anything about San Diego, Salaki, San Diego, they got different rappers out there in Southern California. One of their rappers is Mitchie Slick. And I listen to his music. I used to rock with some people in San Diego. And they're always talking about the babbies getting on me. The babbies getting on me. You know what I'm saying? I had to hit a corner because the babbies was behind me. And, you know, just being a nigga, I understand, okay, they're talking about the police. But I had to ask somebody from San Diego, why do they call them the babbies? Oh, it stands for Babylon. It's short for Babylon. You know what I'm saying? This is our culture. We know who the oppressor is. We know who the devil of the Bible is. We know America represents Babylon. So that brother was right on. We're going to go to Revelation chapter 18 and verse 1.
It's a lot, if I may. And we know Babylon means confusion. And
right.
What America's going through now, what America's going through now is confusion right now. You know, they have them fighting themselves. You know what I'm saying? We got the Democrats against the Republicans. You know what I'm saying? So they trying to out each other.
Right.
So that's all time confusion.
Right. Let me get the precept. Revelation chapter 18 and verse 1. Bible Kashah.
Okay. Revelations chapter 18 and verse 1. The revelations of Jesus, of Yahushua,
chapter 18.
Oh, 18, okay.
But that's a good one to start off. Revelation chapter 1 and verse 1. This is the book of Revelations. This is the revealing of Yahushua Mashiach. This is what John, the Revelator, was told, the information that was given to him about future events that are to come. Let's go ahead.
All right, Revelation chapter 18, verse 1. And after these things, I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory.
Right. So this is the vision that he's seen. Let's go. Verse 2.
And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon.
Saying who?
Babylon.
Saying what?
Babylon.
Read.
The great is falling.
Babylon the great is falling. This is what John was seeing. Ancient Babylon is not around anymore at this time. Even when John was writing this, who was the empire that was ruling the world at this time? Anybody over the phone?
Salakia, sir.
Okay, go ahead. I think that was Silk. It says Salaki first.
Was it the Roman?
Khan. It was the Roman Empire. So why is John talking about Babylon? He is talking about this future nation that is the daughter of Babylon. The Bible talks about the daughter of Babylon. America is the daughter of Babylon. And if you know anything about the history of America, America was founded by Freemasons. America was founded by people that look up to ancient Egypt. Freemasonry is all about ancient Egypt and ancient Babylon. They have Babylonian, sacrifices and copying all these different gods. They worship everything has something to do with ancient Babylon. The Greeks, the Romans, the Egyptian Empire, all of those gods were the same. They just changed the name. They put a new name and a new face. They translated it. Somebody may have the name, how would you say different names in Spanish? Somebody might have the name Jorge. You translate it to English as George. Somebody might have the name Juan. You translate it to English as John. They had an ancient god named Ishtar, I think in Babylon, and then they changed his name to Easter. They changed the name to this, to that. Isis. It's all the same thing. And so you can find this all in the Bible, and these things have been passed down to them. So America shows you that their culture is based on ancient Rome, ancient Egypt, ancient Babylon. So here we read this prophecy. He's saying Babylon the Great is fallen. Let's keep going.
Babylon the Great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils.
America has become the habitation of devils. This land that was occupied by our Native American brothers,
Their culture.
the Seminole Indians, that was occupied by brothers that weren't out here trying to murder all the buffalo, weren't trying to rape, rob, and murder everything that could walk. This land has become the habitation of devils. It's not talking about Lucifer. It's not talking about Satan. That's an angel that works for the Most High. It's talking about devils, deceivers. That's what America has become, a land that is full of deceivers. That's why we say the oppressor or the so-called white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of.
Yeah, right.
Because he is a deceiver, and we're seeing what happens to these devils. Let's keep reading.
Is fallen, become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird.
Right. Keep reading.
Verse 3: For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication.
All right, I'm gonna hold you right there. All nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. All nations, they have something called the United Nations, where all nations come together. They make votes, they make plans, they make international laws, they make allies with each other. If we're going to war, France is going to back America. Spain is going to send troops with America.
Right.
The UK is going to send troops with America.
Right.
These nations have come in league with each other. They get money together. They trade on these markets from Wall Street to this market in Canada to China. All these nations have become drunk with the wine of the wrath of America. They're getting money off the backs of Black, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. This nation, this so-called America, has become great, quote unquote, because it's oppressing the Lord's chosen people. This is why America has so much wealth. It didn't just come out of the thin air. It came out of the blood of the back of your grandfather. It came out of the rape of your grandmother, of your great aunts, of your sisters, of your brothers. That's what America built up. And these other nations, they come here, and what do? They start up businesses. I just saw today, there are two sisters, I believe in Florida, that opened up a gas station and made history in 2020.
Right.
You saw that?
Yeah.
You saw that. And that's something that
was a mother and a daughter.
A mother and a daughter, okay. Yeah. A mother and a daughter made history by being two Black women that own a gas station in America. We've been here for over 500 years. How many Arabs come here and own gas stations?
Right.
Been here for 15 years, 10 years, 5 years, and they own a gas station. And she's just the one. They got 10, 20 other ones that are owned by their relatives. These other nations have become drunk with the wine of the wrath of their fornication. They don't hate America. Hey, buddy, why are you so mad, buddy?
Right.
Nothing wrong with America. Come here, work hard. You earn money. Everybody do good in America. You niggas are lazy. That's what's wrong with you. You Hispanics, you sticks are lazy. That's what's wrong with you. That's why you have nothing. You don't want to work. We smarter than you. That's what they tell you. That's what you start to believe. You think that there's something wrong with you until you read this Bible and you find out that these people are in league with each other. All these nations have become drunk with the wine. Let's keep going.
The wine of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies.
Right, of her delicacies. It's like eating shrimp, crab, and lobster is a delicacy. These things that are rare, that are only for a certain class of people. Driving these cars, this upper echelon, you have Rolls Royce and Bentleys. You see a few rappers get a Rolls Royce and Bentley. We think that because rappers drive Rolls Royces and Lamborghinis, that is it's made for niggas.
Right.
Man, you're the one or two Black persons that owns those cars. They got whole lots and dealerships. It's a neighborhood out here, a wealthy neighborhood in California, in the South Bay called Los Gatos. I drove over there. They got McLaren car dealership.
Right.
In our hoods, our ghetto, we got Honda, Toyota, maybe. You might see that dealership, a used car dealership lot, the auction spot you go to. They got a whole dealership with 50 McLarens. Another across the street, they selling Lamborghinis. Like this neighborhood, they know people can afford to buy these cars here. And they selling them to them. You just know one person that owns one. You know 50 Cent. You know Lil Uzi. You know NBA Youngboy. He got a Lambo.
Right.
Man, they're selling out to their people. They've all become rich. These are the delicacies, right? These are the things that are not made for you. Let's keep going.
Verse 4, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins.
The ISUPK is coming, and we're going to teach this scripture. We're going to teach you what your pastor doesn't teach you on Sunday. We're going to tell you what you didn't learn in Sunday school. That the Bible is telling you to come out of her, my people. Destruction is coming. Babylon the Great is falling. These things are going to happen. This is what John is seeing. And he's warning his people. He's warning the Israelites. This is a book for Israel. For us, by us. The word Holy Bible, it means separate records. These are separate records. John wasn't talking to everybody. He was talking to one nation, and he was telling them to come out of Babylon so that you don't be partakers of her sins. Let's keep going. And that he received not of her plagues.
Come out of her and that ye receive not of her plagues.
Right. So this is one of the plagues we're starting to see. We just getting into it right now. 2020 was a hell of a movie. And they calling 2021 the sequel. We walking right into part 2. They close one chapter and the story is continuing. And it's not going to get better. The Bible is telling you it's not going to get better. We have to understand this right now. And so, go ahead.
Precept. Micah 2:10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest.
We got to get up out of here. You want to break it down, number one?
Yeah, we need to, you know what I'm saying, wake up, you know what I'm saying, because this is not, you know what I'm saying, America is not our rest. America is not where the Lord is going to take us at the end of, you know, what's going to become of his, you know, of his wrath, you know. So it ain't saying leave America. You know, a lot of people, you know, get this mixed up saying, you know, you got to leave America and go over to, you know what I'm saying, so-called Middle East, whatever. No, it's saying wake up and depart. Come out of the lies and come out of the lies of America that's, you know, that they have been teaching us over these, you know, over 400 or 500 years. You know, come out of Christmas, come out of New Year's, come out of Thanksgiving, come out of all them lies that we've been taught. You know what I'm saying? Because this, this is not your rest, you know, because it is polluted. You know what I'm saying? Everything that has taught us is polluted, you know what I'm saying, according to, you know what I'm saying, Israelites' customs. You know, we don't celebrate all these pagan holidays. We don't celebrate all these things that America says. You know, America says it's okay for us to smoke weed. The Bible says something different. You know what I'm saying? The Bible says smoking weed is a sin. You know what I'm saying? Being a drunk is a sin. Right. So we got to come out of all these lies and depart. You know what I'm saying? Depart from all these lies. Think about, you know what I'm saying? Understand what the ISUPK is trying to tell you. You know, wake up from this nightmare that we're in. Wake up from this hell that we're in, and you know what I'm saying, and come to this truth. You know, we out here, we teach you this truth, you know what I'm saying? And we are known as a hate group. Because we love our people, we're known as a hate group.
Damn right.
You know what I'm saying? Because we love our people. You know what I'm saying? They love their people. Look what happened at the what's happening today. You know what I'm saying? They went down there with guns, you know, and shot a woman in the neck. And you know what I'm saying? And no one else, you know what I'm saying? No one else got shot. You know what I'm saying? If it was just like when the Black Lives Matter, you know, went up there, they had over 150 police, you know what I'm saying, on the steps within minutes. You know what I'm saying?
We're gonna get there. We're gonna get to that.
Come on.
Let's so like you said, this is not our rest. America is not the place for you to be comfortable.
Right.
You want to sit on a plantation, being a second-class citizen, and act like this is the place where you need to set up shop.
Right.
This is your, what do they call that? This is your promised land. No, this ain't your promised land. This is your hell.
This is hell.
And the Bible is trying to remind you that, the Lord is trying to remind you that depart from this place. This is not your rest. All right, let's keep going. We're gonna read some more. Revelation chapter 18 is a heavy chapter.
That ye be not partakers, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not none of her plagues. Verse 5, for her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High has remembered her iniquities.
Right. What are iniquities? Iniquities are sins. The Lord has not forgotten. You may have forgotten. The TV station has forgotten. The history books have forgotten. The Lord hasn't forgotten.
Right.
How many stories were not written down? How many stories that we never heard of? Countless stories. You think about the ones that we know and how atrocious they were. How many of them were never documented? How many women that got raped and were crying and no one ever heard those tears? How many children were abused and no one ever heard those tears? Captain Zazaria brings out a book from a slave narrative where they talk about a white woman who she called a devil. She said she was a poly devil. Her name was Polly, and she beat a baby to death because it was crying. Now imagine if that paper wasn't written down. A lot of people never heard that story. They didn't teach me that in school. I never knew that story. The Lord knew that story. The Lord remembers that story. The Lord remembers all of the things that happened to Black, Hispanics, and Native American Indians.
Yeah,
so
right.
He said he will not. The Lord has remembered. What does it say? And the Most High have remembered her iniquities. Let's keep going. Verse 6.
Verse 6. Reward her as she has rewarded you.
One more time.
Reward her even as she rewarded you.
Right.
And double unto her according to her works. And double according to her works.
Right.
In the cup which she has filled to her double.
Right. And that's that language again. It said they became drunk with the wine of the wrath of her fornication.
Right.
Now this cup that she's filled, this cup of wine, she's gotten drunk. It's like you got to just imagine this. You know, this is a cup. This is a nation, and the cup is filled with the blood of your people. That's the wine of the wrath of her fornication.
Right.
The Bible talks about this. There's another precept. I might be able to find it, but that's another cup because some of I think the Old Testament Israelites or so-called Old Testament Israelites, they talk about Christ telling his people to drink the wine of their blood. I mean, the cup of his blood. He's talking figuratively. And there's a precept on it that can easily cut them, where it's in the Old Testament where they're using the description of someone's blood as representing something else, man. You know what I mean? And so they have become drunk off of our pain, off of our suffering. And what's the characteristic of somebody that's drunk? They call it drunk muscles or courage juice. They ready to do anything. They want to fight everybody, pushing their friends. You came up here with us. You rode in my goddamn car, nigga. Now you want to push me? You want to fight me? Because I'm telling you to calm down. I'm telling you to stop getting into it with people that you bumping into. You stepped on their shoes. You want to fight them. Now you over here. You didn't ran into the bouncer. You want to fight the bouncer. Everywhere you go, you want to get into a fight because you're drunk. You're not in your right mind. That's the spirit of America. That's the spirit of Babylon. They feel like no one can mess with them. They have the courage juice, and they feel like nothing can stop them. But the Lord is telling them something different. Let's keep going.
So, like if I may,
go ahead.
We have, for it says, what it say in verse 3, for all nations have drunken the wine. We have drunken the lies of Christmas. We have drunken the lies of Thanksgiving. We have drunken the lies of New Year's. You know what I'm saying? And we drunk off this stuff, you know, because it feels good. You know what I'm saying? We think it feels good. You know what I'm saying? They have been lying to us, and we have been accepting it. You know what I'm saying? We haven't been seeking the truth. You know, the ISUPK gets the truth. Seek this truth and gets the truth, and, you know, let our people know, you know what I'm saying, as we was talking about before, you know, this is not our rest. You know what I'm saying? We can't understand. We can't believe these lies that we have drunken, that they done, you know, put before us, didn't let us back then, didn't let us read the Bible, didn't give us understanding of the Bible. You know what I'm saying? So we have just accepted whatever they said, and now we just still going on with what they had told us, you know, which was lies, drunken these lies, you know what I'm saying? Christmas, Thanksgiving, Halloween, you know what I'm saying? Mother's Day, Father's Day, you know what I'm saying? We've drunk off all that stuff because it, like I said, it feels good to us, and it, you know, we get this get this feeling, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, just, oh, it's okay. It's, you know, Christmas, it's for the kids, you know? Yeah, it's not for the kids. You can buy your kid anything, anytime you want them to, not just at the end of the year when they make us spend all our money. So it'll keep them on top of us, you know, their neck on, you know, their foot on our neck.
Right.
So we have to get away from all of that.
That's right.
Okay, so
Let's go to drop down to verse 8.
Come on, Revelation chapter 18, verse 8. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. For strong is the Lord, strong is the Most High who judge her.
Right. Strong is the Lord, the Most High, who judge her. And drop down to verse 10.
Come on. Verse 10, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, the great city Babylon, the mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come.
Right. In 1 hour, this place will fall. In 1 hour, this thing can drop down. The Bible says to the Lord, 1 day is like 1,000 years, like 1 day to the Lord.
Right.
So, you know, 1 hour doesn't necessarily mean in 1 hour, but the Lord can destroy this place in 60 minutes as well. So now let's get it in. We're going to tie this in. We got the introduction. Let's tie it into the current events of what's going on today. I'm going to have the brother read this article a little bit. We're going to skim through it for the most part. But you just start off with the title. I don't know if you're going to find so like if you can find it on your phone. You can start off with the title. So like I'm going to have to X that out. Yeah. All right.
Okay, this is U.S. Today. Double standards. Black lawmakers and activists decry police response to attack on the U.S. Capitol.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So the article is basically saying there is a double standard of how Black and Hispanics are treated when they protest or they feel like something's been done wrong to them versus how these Trump supporters and these Edomites and these right-wing people are treated. You want to find it on your?
Okay. Washington. Civil rights leaders blasted law enforcement agencies for their slow response to rioters at the U.S. Capitol Wednesday, noting the massive show of police force in place of Black Lives Matter demonstration last year over police killing of unarmed Black men or women.
Right. So when our people were shot down in the streets, killed with a knee on their neck for 8 minutes, and Black people come out to say, hey, our lives matter. You know, we're not behind Black Lives Matter. We're not affiliated with Black Lives Matter, but we stand in solidarity with our people that want to stand up for our goddamn people, man. And so when they come up to say, hey, stop killing us, how were they greeted? Keep going. Keep going down.
Noting that the massive show of police force for Black people matters. Okay. When Black folks are protesting and progressive are protesting peacefully, they were tear gassed, they were arrested, they were shot with rubber bullets, they were shot with real bullets, said Derek Johnson, president of the National NAACP.
Man, they were shot with tear gas, with rubber bullets, with real bullets. All of that happened. That's what they were met with. Keep going.
We watched it take place all summer long when people were peacefully demonstrating. Republic Marcia Fudge, a Democrat from Ohio and former chairwoman of the Congressional Black Caucus, also questioned security efforts. The Capitol Police were unprepared, ineffective, and some were complicit. All of them should be held accountable.
Right. So some of them were actually with it. They were going along with it. They're just like they tell us comply with my orders.
Right.
They were complying with the people. The people were saying we're trying to get past this barrier, and they were letting them walk past.
Right.
It's a brother online in the UPK reposted something on TikTok where it shows the police officers pulling the gate back and letting them go towards the Capitol.
Right.
They were complicit. They were with the mob rule.
So
they were with the Trump supporters.
Was this Capitol Police?
Yeah.
We talking about Capitol Police.
They letting them in. Did you see the tape? No, I'll show that after the clay. Yeah.
Wow.
These are the government paid officials.
Right.
They're on a federal level.
Right.
They're not working for the state.
Right.
Washington, D.C. is not even a state. Everything in D.C. is federal. There's a whole nother level. You deal with them, you're going to the feds. It's not the same situation that you're going up against on a state, local level. So let's skip down to the next paragraph. Let's see what they got for us. Let's see what this. Yeah, we can start right there. Fudge, where it says Fudge.
Okay, Fudge said there is no question the response was different than at last year's Black Lives Matter protest at the Capitol.
Right.
She shared a picture of a row of police standing guard on the steps of the Capitol.
Right.
There is a double standard, she said.
Right, it's a double standard. We all understand this. If you and ISUPK, you come in the truth, you definitely understand this. We might have to explain this to our brothers and sisters in the world, but you understand that there is a double standard. What is a double standard? Anybody over the phone? Women used to love this. They love to use this statement all the time to do something wicked and evil. Can we still hear the brothers over the phone? I think it sounded like it got low. Hold on one second. We can't quite hear y'all.
Okay, go ahead.
Can you hear me now?
Khan, I can hear you.
Khan. If it worked for you, then it worked for me.
Explain. I would say lie first. Double standard means.
Double standard?
Right.
I don't know. I don't really be paying attention to that stuff.
Okay, no sweat. Anybody else want to take a shot at it? Go ahead.
Right, man.
Go ahead.
What was the question again, real quick?
Just saying, what is a double standard? What does that mean when you say it's a double standard?
It means something that something that applies to me. You might not reap the same benefits. You know what I mean?
Right. Exactly.
Just like they said, the police let them in, and the law is supposed to work for you and me. But if it just works for you and not for me, then that's a double standard because it doesn't apply to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. Exactly. That's exactly what it is. The example, like I said, women like to use that. You'll hear a lot of feminist women use that. They'll say it's a double standard between men and women. They'll say things like this. Well, if a man, he has a lot of women and he's got all the girls, he gets applauded. He gets seen as a player and somebody that's cool. But if a woman sleeps with a lot of men and she has a lot of different boyfriends, she's seen as a hoe. That's a double standard. All right. And so that's the same thing when you apply it to what's going on with us. That if we do something, then we're seen as thugs, gangsters, criminals, looters, terrorists, all of this. If they do the exact same thing, they're seen as patriots, God-loving men, what else? Family men, people that are protecting the Constitution. That's what they're seen as.
Brave.
Was that what you said?
Brave,
exactly.
strong,
Courageous, all of that. Freedom fighters, all of that can be applied to your oppressor when he does the same thing that you do. And we see this countless and countless times. But guess what? The Bible has a double standard too. The Lord has a double standard too.
Damn right.
See, you think that everything's supposed to be equal. The feminists think everything's supposed to be equal. Nah. So lock it. A woman sits down when she pees. A woman gives birth to children. The Lord put a double standard when he made man and woman. It's not going to be the same. A man with multiple women, if that's his wives, he's taking care of them, there's nothing wrong with that. A woman with multiple men is disgusting. It's a completely different thing. I always bring up the example. You've never seen a Maury show where they say, who is the mother? Who is the mother?
Boy.
Why is that? Because the woman holds the child. You know who the mother is. It came out of her. But they have 1,000 shows where they say, who is the father? Because that woman is sleeping with multiple men.
Right.
You reverse it. If there's one man and multiple women, as long as they're faithful, you know who the father is. There would never be a Maury show with one man with multiple wives. But a woman with multiple husbands, the kid, hold your peace real quick. The children grow up without even knowing who their father is.
Right.
All right. Because she's being a whore. So the Lord made a double standard. Let's go ahead up.
Just to kind of piggyback off of what you said, though, for a woman to have all of them men, though, like, man, you got a hole in the bottom of you. Like, you know what I'm saying? They go in there like you.
Right.
If any female think that's cool, then, man, I feel sorry for your daughter.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you just teaching your daughter that hole that's on the bottom of you that's supposed to be sacred. You just teaching her that, man, it's all right to let 6, 7 hot dogs fly through
We said
every now and then.
Right. UPK term, we say rod. You know what I'm saying? That's biblical. We'll say rod. You know, I respect it though. But yeah, definitely. A woman's body changes the more men she's with. A man's body doesn't change the more women he's with. So the Lord built this double standard in.
Right.
Now, when America teaches you everything's supposed to be equal, then you get mad because things are different. So this article is showing something to us, but also we on the flip side, we got to recognize the reality that, yeah, we're not equal. This place wasn't built for us. You feel hurt because you expect the police to treat you the same as your oppressor. We don't get hurt. We don't get dismayed. We don't get saddened because they treat Trump supporters different than Black and Hispanic people, because we know who the devil is according to the Bible. We know who our oppressor is. We understand his characteristics, and we also understand the Lord. Guess what? The Lord has a double standard too. He says the children of Israel shall be above all nations. He says the children of Israel are the apple of his eye.
Right.
He says that these other nations are like unto spittle unto the Most High. So he has a double standard too. He's not going to treat Black, Hispanics, and Native American Indians the way he treats your oppressor. He's not going to love them the same way. He's not going to care for them. He's not going to protect them. Why are we turning to our protection? Why are we not coming back to our true power? So let's keep going. Let's skip down.
It's a lot, if I may.
Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? And when a woman, okay, if a woman is sleeping with 5 different men, you know, all during the week, and she gets pregnant, how are they going to find out who the baby is? All men will have to take a DNA test.
Right.
But if one man is sleeping with 5 different women, they know this is one man. So this is, you know, the man carried the seed, so they know where this, you know, who the father is. You know what I'm saying? So the woman is being, you know what I'm saying, a harlot. You know what I'm saying? That's what you call a harlot. She's sleeping with 5 different men. She gets pregnant. She ain't gonna know who the father is. Just like you said, they don't have a show called, you know, Who is the Mother?
Right.
You know, it's who is the father? You know what I'm saying? Because she's sleeping with 5 different men. You know, she thinking, oh no, this is your baby because his eyebrows look the same. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
the skin tone is the same. And then come up to find out it's a different man anyway. You know what I'm saying? And she like,
Let's start running down the hallway.
Yeah.
So like if sometimes I thought that thing was set up because they go through 8, sometimes 10. I've seen sometimes 10. This is the 10th man we tested. Like, come on, man. she done slept with 10 different men in that small period of a time. Good night, man. That's a different type of evil.
I was watching it the other day, and they had a sister on there, and the children looked like they had straight hair.
Oh,
she tried to say, "Did you see that straight hair?" And the brother was like, "This is not my child. I'm telling y'all, this is not my child." Took the DNA test. You are not the father.
Right. I think I saw one with an Edomite and another Edomite. They had the little black baby sitting there, and they try to say, "Oh, is these your children?" Like, you know, those aren't your children. These little Negroes right here, man. That is Jamal.
Oh, Edomite.
That is not Jared. That's Jamal. You know that's not your child. But like we said, so this double standard thing. Go ahead, please.
Just a little funny on going back on what y'all saying about what I'm the one saying, hey, the eyebrows, them is your eyebrows. They done proved recently that, you know, they didn't know this for a while, but it came out recently that a woman still got the sperm of hella different dudes in her years later. You know what I mean?
Right.
Wow.
So this baby could take on the characteristic of 19 different niggas.
Wow.
Oh my goodness,
he
man.
He could look like the neighborhood in a minute,
Man, a conglomerate.
Got his feet, his eyebrows,
Right.
his toes over here, his fingers, and be somebody else's child.
Man.
He looked like the mailman, the milkman, the
The pastor?
Yeah, the pastor.
What do you say?
So that means like 10% of 10 niggas.
I mean, I'm not exactly, I ain't gonna go into the science of that too well. I gotta look into that. I don't know if that's really possible where you can get different DNA from someone else. The DNA is in that woman, but I don't think it goes into the actual baby. I think, you know, it's more he's just joking around.
They just get characteristics, but you know what I'm saying? The seed is coming from the father.
Yeah, you're not gonna get different characteristics from you can't make a baby with more than one. Yeah, now that can happen. Now that's possible. You can have two eggs get impregnated by two different sperm, and you got one baby from this man, another baby from that man. But that one baby is not gonna have characteristics from both men though. But let's keep going in this article.
Okay.
Let's see. You skip down some more. You skip down. So go. What did it say? Trump. What did it say to Trump?
Trump, who previously characterized.
Right. Yeah. There you go. Yeah. That's
okay. Trump, who previously characterized Black Lives Matter protesters as thugs, and said on Twitter that the people involved in the riots Wednesday were great patriots who have been badly and unfairly treated for so long. Oh, my God.
Right. Exactly.
For so long.
There it goes right there.
Wow.
So we've been oppressed for 400-500 years, and we're thugs because we're asking to not die because we want to sell cigarettes, to not die because we had a counterfeit $20 bill, to not be put to death because you're walking in a park and you're 12 years old and you have a toy gun.
Right.
You deserve death because you're jaywalking. These are patriots that kick in the Capitol doors.
Because you're jogging down the street.
Because you're jogging down the street. Because you're driving. Because you're trying to get a gun that you tell the officer that you legally own. And you get put to death right in front of your daughter.
Right.
You are a thug. You are a criminal. But these are patriots. You know what Donald Trump said today? He told them that he loves them.
Oh, no, he didn't.
They have bombs out there today. The woman died today. And he said, I love you. We love you. All right? But if you looked up to America, how many movies do they have that? Where they have like a kid that, what's the example? If brothers know, I know some of the younger brothers may not know. I know Silk know. I know a couple older brothers might know too. You remember that episode of Will Smith on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air when he got to kick it with his father. He never knew his father the whole time. And he kicked it with him. And he was riding with the trucks with him. He was doing this and doing that. And his dad said, yeah, you can come stay with me and we're going to go travel. You're going to ride with me. Just meet me. I'm going to be back here tonight at 8 o'clock. And Will Smith sitting there waiting and he waiting and he waiting and he never show up. And he waiting and he waiting and he waiting and he never show up. And he goes and he talks and he has one of his most, emotional scenes with Uncle Phil. And he's saying, why don't he love me? Why doesn't he love me? Why does he want to be with his son? This is all I ever wanted to do, was to be with my pops. I look up to him. I got his DNA. I talk like him. I walk like him. This is where I get my swagger from. This is the one that I wanted to spend my life growing up under and be like, this is the superhero that I never had. Why doesn't he want me? You understand what I'm saying? And that's how Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans look when they get saddened that our oppressor treats us differently. They're looking for someone to love them because they think that America is their daddy. They think America was made to love them and treat them with love.
Right.
When really this place was built to destroy you.
Destroy us.
This place was never built to love you. So you won't get hurt. You won't be crying on Uncle Phil's arm talking about why are they treating Trump supporters different than Black supporters. You know why? Because the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of. All right? These people are your enemies and your oppressor. If you don't believe that they're here to help you and save you, then you won't be let down when they treat you differently.
So, just like we brought out in Revelation 18:4, this is not our rest. You know what I'm saying? We have to come to terms with that and understand what that really means. And not just what our Christian pastor tell us, you know what I'm saying? Oh, it's okay. You can celebrate Christmas. You can do this, you know what I'm saying? No, this is not our rest. You know what I'm saying? We've drunken the wine of our fornication, and we are being destroyed. We have been destroyed for the last 500 years because we want to believe in what, you know what I'm saying, what our oppressor is telling us. Right. It's okay to, men has been sent to jail, sent to prison, for selling weed. Now weed is legal. You know what I'm saying? You can go to the cannabis store and buy it yourself now. But all the brothers that's in jail now, they haven't released them. Exactly. So this is not our rest. You know what I'm saying? We have to understand, drinking the wine of our fornication, what that really means. The ISUPK breaks this down so you can understand, because your Christian pastor is not going to break this down for you. He doesn't know the Bible. He's going to tell you something that feels good. Oh, yeah, you can celebrate Christmas. You can celebrate Thanksgiving. You know what I'm saying? There's no problem in that. You know what I'm saying? It's for the kids.
Right.
And the whole time you destroying yourself.
All right.
Let's bring that out. Where we going?
Let's go to Matthew chapter 24 and let's go to verse 6, Baba Gashar.
Come on. Matthew 24, verse 6.
This is something. All right, we're going to tie this in. Let me see if there's anything else on this article. Let's see. All right, yeah. Start. Read that part too.
Come on. Okay, this is USA Today. One video posted on social media showed several people in D.C. Capitol Police jackets removing barriers outside the Capitol building, allowing demonstrators to pass through to the building. Videos posted on Twitter also showed at least one person appeared to be an officer taking selfies with the people who had breached the Capitol.
Good.
Wow. Good night.
Good night. So this is another thing. Yeah, you want to talk about double standards, man.
Man.
This is the definition of double standards. I see you pulled up the definition. Go ahead and read that for me, Baba Gashar.
Double standard, a rule or principle which is unfairly applied in different ways to different people or groups.
Ooh, see. There's one word.
A double standard is a code or policy that favors one group or person over another.
That favors one group or person over another. So there's a word right here. What is that? Which is what? What comes after which is?
See, which is unfairly.
Unfairly. See, America has lied to you telling you that the world should be fair.
Right.
They're telling you that you should be treated equal.
Is that what the Constitution say?
All men are
created equal. But you're not included in that, really.
Exactly.
They don't say that part.
The Lord didn't create men equal. Just because the spirit behind what they're trying to say is it means something to their people, but that don't mean nothing to us. There's one man that can bench 400 pounds. There's another man that can't. There's another man that can jump over a goddamn car. There's another man that can't. They're not equal.
Right.
There's a man that can teach, and there's a man that can prophesy. The Bible even talks about that. In the truth, everyone has their different talents. Some are made to be healers. Some are made to be this and that. The Lord didn't make everyone exactly the same.
Right.
So this treatment of being fair and equality that America brainwashes you with is another trick of the devil. And so when you think you're supposed to be treated fair,
right,
you get mad when you get treated unfair.
Right.
When you understand that, hey, this kingdom is not built for it to be fair, it's going to be unfair for us. So what do we have to do? I'm going to ask any brothers over the phone. If this kingdom was built to be unfair for us Black, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, what do we have to do?
It's like if I may.
Go ahead, take a shot at it, Amor.
Just like Revelation 18:4, this is not our rest, not to believe what our oppressors tell us.
That's part of it. There's a little bit more.
A little bit more.
If they ain't going to treat us fair in this. Right, go ahead.
You got to separate.
Exactly.
That's it right there.
Exactly. And that's kind of what both of y'all saying the same. Yeah, we have to have our own kingdom. We have to have our own nation.
Damn right.
If we can't fight them to treat us fairly,
right,
we need to build our own nation. And guess what? We're going to pay them back double.
Their nation.
Right.
Their kingdom. Right.
You can't ask a man to treat you better in his house.
Exactly. You got to build your own house. But when you get taught that mentality, that makes you lazy. That makes you complacent.
Right.
That makes you want to go along with the situation and keep coming back and knocking on. Say, mister, can you give me some bread? Man, how about you go cut some wheat? You know, put some water in that thing, learn how to roll up some dough and make your own bread. How about you build your own house? We need to build our own kingdom, and then we will treat them unfairly.
Man,
it's not gonna be no land of everyone is together melting pot. It's never existed. It never will exist, and they know that. But they tell you that lie to keep you oppressed. So this is what we fight for. So let's keep going for time's sake.
Okay.
Well, I see. If you got it in the later on, we'll bring it out at the end.
Okay.
If you can remember, sometimes you gotta write a little note.
So what we doing?
Let's go to Matthew 24.
24 and 6. Okay. Matthew chapter 24, verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
Right. We are in these times where we're hearing of wars and rumors of wars. We're seeing coronavirus go to war with the whole world.
Right.
Coronavirus is coming through like a cloud, like a thief in the night.
Boy.
It's sweeping through. You can't even see it.
Right.
And it's going and it's being a terror unto this place. And that's because the Most High has not forgotten about the iniquities of America.
Right.
It has not forgotten about your pain and suffering. And we should not forget. And the more we remember, we need to remember to do better. We need to change our values. You value getting high more than freedom. You value sleep more than being free. You value kicking it with your rib than seeing your people being in chains no more. Once you change your values and you value your life, you love the Lord your God with all your heart and all your might.
That's it.
And you love your neighbor as you love yourself.
Damn right.
Then you will fight to see this oppression end. And guess what? General Muhammad brought this out the other day. We can't go back and get our guns and shoot them in the head like they shoot us in the head. We can't get no bombs and go and set them underneath their cars like they do to our people, like they drop bombs in Philadelphia in the 70s. We can't go out and lynch our oppressor. Why? Because there's a double standard, man.
Salakia.
The Lord, hold your peace.
Okay.
The Lord made a double standard. They can do these things to us. We can't do them to them.
Right.
Because he wants us to be clean. And once we're clean, he will fight for us. What you can do is stop getting high. What you can do is stop sleeping with women and throwing them away. Sleeping with other men's women. Like Anawan said, celebrating these holidays that the Lord hates. These abominations. Eating pork. You can stop doing that. And once you stop doing that, you can pray to the Most High God to bring destruction to your enemies. And we bring out these curses, and we're seeing them come, and these plagues come to our people. The Lord is not going to fight for a wicked nation.
Right.
The Lord is going to fight for a righteous nation that follows the law, statutes, and commandments. You say this, Slakia?
Who was saying, damn.
I'm about to.
I was just thinking about it. Damn. Go ahead.
Salakia, no sweat. If it come back to you, just let me know. But yeah, that's what there is a double standard with the Lord too. And so we can't do the same things they do to us. That's what you feel like. That's what the Black Panthers feel like. Oh, they killing us. Let's go kill them. The Lord's saying, hey, you stop stealing from your brothers and I'll handle them. And we'll see coronavirus come through like a thief in the night.
Right.
We'll see them kill each other. Put Google in the phone. So like if I may,
go
ahead.
You know, we have been so long trying to mimic our oppressors. You know what I'm saying? It's like our oppressor, they're the ones that's brought, you know what I'm saying, these drugs into our neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Now we mimic our oppressors. Now we want to sell drugs to our own people. You know what I'm saying? To so-called get ahead. I was trying to feed my daughter, you know what I'm saying? But you're killing 5 families over here, 10 families over here on drugs. You're going to kill 10 families so your daughter can eat, you know what I'm saying? No, that's not how it works. We come together, you know, Zephaniah 2:1, gather ourselves together. That's how we beat our oppressor. We gather ourselves together. We come together with ourselves, with our own kind. You know what I'm saying? Learn who your own kind is first. You know, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians is the same people. We have to understand that, you know what I'm saying? I grew up not knowing, you know what I'm saying? Hispanics was my brothers, you know what I'm saying? I thought to them as, you know what I'm saying, third class people. They growing corn in the front yard, got clothes hanging in the front yard, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, what the hell is that? You know what I'm saying? Not knowing all this time, you know what I'm saying? But I understand now, you know, the ISUPK has woke me up, you know what I'm saying? The ISUPK has brought me this truth, you know what I'm saying? So I understand now what they're going through the same oppression as what we're going through. Man, so they're being oppressed like we're being oppressed.
It's a lot. If I made some of those things that were, you know, we thought were backwards back then, is really futuristic now.
It is.
What do I mean? Like I went to these rich neighborhoods and these rich, wealthy areas. They growing vegetables in their front yard now, and they got chickens running around their yard. You know what I'm saying? Because they know it's better for you. It's more healthy. It's natural. They don't want these things out of the store. So even stuff like that, that's a mentality we learned from the oppressor. We thinking you backwards because you don't go to the store. And now these millionaires and billionaires want to grow chickens in the bag and they want to have fresh corn and everything growing now because they're like, this is futuristic. This is progressive. But Salakia, I'm gonna ask the brothers over the phone. I'm one can't get it because the answer right there. But what war we coming back to saying the Lord will fight your battles for you? What war in American history had the most American soldiers die?
Salakia.
Go ahead.
I want to say World War II.
Right. That's what most people would say, but that's incorrect. Anybody else want to take a shot at it?
Salakia.
Go ahead.
Is it the Civil War?
That's right, man.
Right.
Yeah,
Brother Ed.
Brother Ed, man. The Civil War, man.
Wow.
And I'll read the statistics right here. Go ahead, read it, Amor.
Come. It's the Civil War. Let me see. The Civil War maintains the highest American casualty total of any conflict. In the first 100 years of existence, over 683,000 Americans lost their lives with the Civil War, according for 623 total of that total, 91.2%.
Man. So what was the number? 600 and what?
683.
683,000 people died in the American Civil War.
Man.
Fighting over who was going to be in charge of the Negro. Who was going to have the right to have the slaves in the South or the slaves in the North.
Right.
They fought each other, and that's when the most of them died. Everyone, naturally, you would think World War II. We always hear about Hitler.
Right.
You hear about, them going over to the Nazis, the Germans. Hiroshima, all of that.
Yeah, dropping the bomb on them and killing,
They killed a lot of those other nations. Don't get me wrong. The brother is correct. Those are the wars that all those other nations, hold your peace real quick. Them other nations died in those wars. But as far as American soldiers, when they went to Vietnam, they were the bullies. They were killing millions of the Vietnamese, but not that many Americans were dying. When we went to Iraq, we're killing millions of Iraqis, but not a lot of Americans are dying. But the war that took out the most oppressors was when they fought each other. So that's the Lord, man. That's the Most High in Christ.
Yeah, right.
That's what will happen if we become righteous. You will see these devils take each other out. We don't have to do anything to lift a finger. After 400, 500 years of oppression, the Lord put them up to war against each other, and they murdered hundreds of thousands of each other because of their greed and their lust for power. And so this is what we're going to see again. This is what we're seeing brewing right now in America in 2020. We're seeing these Democrats that say we want to lead these niggas like this. You seeing the Republicans, they saying we want to put our foot on their necks and put them back in check and be stronger. Keep them physically slave like they were in the South. And the Democrats saying, nah, we need to let them think they're free and we can enslave them in the back end. They'll give us everything if they think we're with them. And they're fighting over you. We don't need to join in that fight. We need to step back and watch them kill each other. All right, the brother says, Salak, if you can remember your point, go ahead. If not, we're going to keep moving.
Go ahead. You already made it.
Most High in Christ. Most High in Christ.
I just brought up
lock your problem real quick.
Okay. I'm one.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to say Salak first, and then we get to you, Kabah.
So I just pulled up a statistic where I just want to go back until the Vietnamese were how many people died in Hamburger Hill where they went into Vietnamese and the Vietnamese was waiting for them and killed all these people. But that was only, let me see, reports of casualties varied, but during the 10 days of intense fighting, an estimated of 630 North Vietnamese were killed. The casualties were listed as 72 killed and 372 wounded. So even though we killed more than the Vietnamese and only 72 people died that was so-called Americans. So that has nothing to do with the statistic you just brought out. 630, was it 638?
Yeah, 678 or 83,000?
683,000, yeah. 683,000 Americans lost their lives in the Civil War. Wow.
Right.
So they was doing more fighting and battling, it's like you said, to see who was going to rule, you know what I'm saying?
Right, over the Negro.
Over the Negroes. Wow. Over half a million. You know what I'm saying? They were just dumping on each other. So one person can rule over us. You know what I'm saying? Wow. That's heavy right there.
And then on top of that, too, I know Kabah says like it, on top of that, that don't include all the injuries. That don't include all the injuries too.
Right.
Who lost a finger? Who lost an arm? Who lost a leg?
Right.
Them numbers, you start seeing it go up.
Man.
Over 1 million people that got, you know what I'm saying, messed up. But go ahead, Kabak.
Wow, go ahead.
I want to speak on if you really think about it, what they learned from that. And what they learned from that was to take that spirit, because black people were fighting in that war too for their rights. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Black people was on the north, was up there. They might have had some in the south too. That they put the things on, but what they did to us, they took that fighting spirit out of us now. So we behind the black ball if these cats want to go. And like you said, that ain't what we supposed to do. But it ain't nothing wrong with defending yourself. You can't go out there and just nuke a nigga, nuke a, you know what I'm
oppressor,
saying?
right?
Go out there willy-nilly and murder a black dude, but there's nothing wrong with us defending ourselves, and they took that away from us. So if they do come to this stuff right here, they setting up in black neighborhoods, doing the gun buyback program. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Taking the guns away from brothers, making the brother have a spirit. I don't even want to know how to shoot a gun. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't even. I'm not going. But meanwhile, we murdering each other. But the spirit to fight for your people is gone.
Right.
The fight for your freedom is gone because you so damn used to being a pawn in what they got going on.
Exactly.
And that's it. That's it.
Most High in Christ, man.
I got another statistic.
Let's put time say we
Okay,
can't.
go ahead.
What was it he said real quick? Let's see.
Okay, World War II, by far most costly war in terms of human life was World War II, 1939 to 45, in which the total number of fatalities, including battle deaths and civilians of all countries, is estimated to have been 56 million people, assuming 26 million Soviets fatalities and 7.8 million Chinese were killed.
Right. So then on top of that, this is another example. Like when they try to say we're the thugs of the world, we're the killers, we're the gangsters of the world. When white people go to war with each other, 56 million people died. I've heard other estimates that say 70 or 80 million died in World War II. So that's what young man Leo was talking. Overall, all these other nations have murdered and killed each other. They dropped a bomb on Hiroshima and Japan. So those was hundreds of thousands of people that died in one day. I think 300,000 somewhere in there when they died in Hiroshima. And in 1 second though. It wasn't like it took a month to kill. They killed 300,000 people in seconds.
And see, they didn't even drop it on the air base. They dropped it on the neighborhood.
The people. Right.
Yeah, the people, you know?
And so, but as far as, that's what I'm saying. That's America playing the bully.
Right.
When America's the bully, you can all die. But when America, the ones where we got, or not even, I don't like to say we, Salakia, where they got touched, where these American soldiers got touched, these Edomites, they wouldn't let us fight in their wars like that. They might have tried to use us to peel some potatoes at this time, but they wasn't putting no guns in no niggas' hands like that. Not in the Civil War. When these oppressors died the most here in America is when they killed each other. And that's what we're going to see happening right now. This is the next one that's coming. And so we need to get out the way. We need to come out of her, my people. Don't join in this fight. Don't pick a side. Nah, these are both your ops, and they having a family issue. And we need to stand on the side and just make sure we safe. So let's go to the next precept. Let's go to Zechariah chapter 14, verse 12.
Okay.
And we got a little bit more time.
17 and 4?
14 and 12. Yeah, Zechariah 14 and 12. This is the beginning of the end. This is the end of the beginning. This is it. Michael Jackson, I don't know what the hell he was on, but his last album in tour was called "This Is It." You know what I'm saying? I ain't calling him a prophet, but goddamn, man, he said, "This is it." He chunked up the deuces and got up out of here. That's how it feels right about now. This is not
Sir.
right. Go ahead.
That nigga couldn't do that kick move no more.
He said,
He was lagging, man.
"Oh yeah, it was.
He was lagging.
It was definitely slow. That was that opioids that was in the system. 14 and 12. Yeah, his kick wasn't old school Mike. So he said for sure this is it. But that's the point where we feel like that we know, according to the Bible, we're getting closer to the end. We're not getting closer to the beginning. People always say, people have been saying it's the end of the world forever. Yeah, that's right. But I can guarantee you we're getting closer to the end of this society than the beginning of it.
You're damn right.
We didn't get one step back towards the beginning. Yesterday brought us one step closer to the end of this society. And so we're going to see how this unfolds. No empire has lasted forever. You may have been raised because you was born in the 80s, or you was born in the 90s, or you was born in the 50s, 60s. You think that this is it. But in the time of the Most High, so like all phones are on mute unless you have a comment, Baba Gashah. But unless you understand the concept of time, you'll realize your life is just a short period of time. This is not forever. The Roman Empire fell, the Egyptian Empire, the Babylonian Empire fell, and America, the Great Babylon, is fallen. Let's go ahead and read.
It's like if I may, when it says it comes to pass, meaning it's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? You can believe that. And the Lord is not a confusion. You know what I'm saying? If it's going to come to pass, it says it's going to come to pass, that means it's going to happen. Okay, Zechariah chapter 14, verse 12. Right. And it shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Mm-hmm. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth.
What is the Lord describing right here? What is this, number one?
What is that? What's that movie? Terminator?
Terminator, you know okay, but what is that? What is the breakdown we say? I don't know if you can remember that one. If not, it's to why. This is nuclear war.
Right.
Here. Okay. This is what they call it
thermonuclear
war. That's what this is describing. Read that once more again.
And it shall be the plague wherewith the Lord shall smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem.
And all these nations that have come against Yasharallah, the prince of the power, the Lord will smite them with the plague. Keep going.
Their flesh shall be consumed away while they stand upon their feet.
While they stand upon their feet. The same way they dropped that bomb on Nagasaki and Hiroshima. And they just, you see it when the mushroom cloud, it hit, it just, whew, and they just, man, somebody was walking to the store. They didn't see that coming.
Man,
you think and they flesh consumed away while they were standing on their feet. Let's keep reading.
And their flesh consumed away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes.
Right.
And their tongue shall consume away in their mouth.
Right.
Wow.
Now
that's heavy.
Let's go back to 2 Peter. We're gonna move back. 2 Peter, chapter 3 and verse 10.
2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 10.
This is some more scriptures talking about thermonuclear war that's coming. Go ahead.
What was the chapter and verse of the first one?
Zechariah chapter 14 and verse 12. Zechariah. Right, one more time. Zechariah chapter 14 and verse 12. All right, now we're in 2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 10.
Verse 10, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night.
We heard about this one before. A thief don't come broad daylight when you outside watering your lawn. When is a thief going to try to break into your house? In 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning when you sleep. When the police like to raid your house. At 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning, when they know you in there knocked out sleep.
Breonna Taylor.
Exactly. They come in the middle of the night because it's to catch you off guard when you're unsuspecting. So the Lord is going to come to America like a thief in the night. when the stock market is up, when the economy is doing good, when everything is rolling and they thinking it's all great. That's when coronavirus hit. Trump was boasting right before coronavirus hit. The economy, the jobs, what's the word called? The unemployment rate was lowest that it's ever been. And then all of a sudden, everybody's on unemployment. Everybody is without a job. Restaurants are closing. People out here talking about, my father, he worked in Ohio. He owned a restaurant, and he's been owning it for 30 years, and it's closing down, man. Our parents didn't own nothing. Our parents didn't have a penny to their name. You're sad because your business is closing. We wish we had a business that could go out of business. You understand me? So they're watching this nation fall, and they're saddened by it because these plagues are coming upon them like a thief in the night. When they thought everything was good, the Lord is coming to reap what is his. Let's keep going.
So like I said, if I may.
Go ahead real quick.
Real quick.
No sweat, please.
What the thing you bringing out are the businesses that close, and these are businesses that's charging you goddamn $70 a steak and everything. You know what I'm for a steak.
Right.
You know, a chicken dinner costs $35. Man, ain't y'all stacked enough?
Right.
You should have money. You know what I mean? That business phone, you should have money stacked up. But they over there, like we said, hey, if they lose $10, they'll jump off the Statue of Liberty and commit suicide if they lose $10.
Right. And that's another thing, though, on a whole nother level, on a side note, where someone was saying it's like some economic type things. People were breaking it down. He was saying we get so brainwashed, we think that the oppressor is so good at business because they have all of these things, when really your oppressor is horrible at business. That's the funny thing when you really get behind the veil and you see these devils are horrible at managing money. Horrible at maintaining a business. They're just doing it on a bigger level than you. But if that business was in your hands, it would actually flourish. It would be maintaining. But they blowing money just like you. You think, oh, niggas is dumb. Niggas go buy a chain. Nigga get, what do you think they getting a $70 million yacht on credit? You understand? And now, because they got these, they make big money, but they got big bills too.
Right.
They dealing with big bills, and that's why they're going out of business. Office Depot right here around the corner went out of business in 3-4 months. We thinking this is a $1 billion corporation. It can't last 3 months without making any money.
Right.
And they try to make it seem like, how did you get evicted out of your house? You didn't have nothing saved up? You didn't have no money put to the side? We working with pennies. They making millions of dollars and they don't have nothing put to the side because they blowing their money too. All right, let's keep going.
Okay.
Read it from the top out of the shot.
But the days of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat, and the earth also and the works that are therein shall burn up.
Right. This is talking about
shall be
nuclear war. The elements shall melt with fervent heat, with a hot heat. What do they say? When Noah, in the days of Noah, how was the earth cleansed? It was cleansed by what?
Water.
By water. They said the Lord will not destroy the earth with water again, but this time the earth will be cleansed with fire. So let's keep going to verse.
So like if I may, the Most High's stopped the world with just with the virus. You know what I'm saying? He slowed down the world with just the virus. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? Don't think the Most High don't have the power over us. You know what I'm saying? We think, you know what I'm saying, we can that the white man control everything. You know what I'm saying? And speaking about the virus and all that stuff, you know, the Most High shut the world down with one thing, a virus.
Right.
And the world came to a halt, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying?
And this is and if I may, this is still a lightweight
Right.
virus.
Right.
There was a movie. What was the movie called in the 1990s? Not The Contagion. There was another one where the monkey was going around and he was biting people. It's just you know that one, Kabbalah, you know what I'm talking about?
I do. I don't know the name of it.
Right. The Outbreak. That's what it's called. It's called Outbreak.
Right.
Outbreak.
Right.
When the monkey. Go ahead.
Go ahead, sir. I know you finish it off, but the things that they know about, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's crazy, and the way they twist it, they'll play the stuff that they know about. It's subliminal because they'll make a movie about it. Niggas think it's just a good movie,
Right.
but they knew, they read about it in the scriptures. You know what I mean?
Right. But that movie Outbreak. If anybody's seen that movie, when that disease came around, they said it's an outbreak, meaning it's gone airborne, and once one person gets it, they spread it to another person, and it ain't like coronavirus where it's a small percentage that's dying from it, and it's 0.3% out of everybody that catches it's gonna die. A lot of people are asymptomatic; they don't even show symptoms of it. Nah, man, you get close contact with somebody that's got this, and you dropping dead in 24 hours. In 48 hours, you're not living.
Done.
That's the type of plays the Lord can send, where everybody gonna be wearing them suits. You talking about being on lockdown now? You ain't gonna want to go anywhere. You're gonna be trying to, you know what I mean? You don't want to go outside. None of that, man. You're gonna eat whatever foods in your house because outside is death. These are the plays that will come. So we're just seeing the beginning of this. Let's keep going. Where we at? Let's see.
Verse 11. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of person ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness?
Right. Seeing that all these things are going to happen, what type of person do you want to be? Do you want to be an enemy of the Most High? Do you want to be somebody that's living in sin, that the Lord looks at you the same way as your oppressor to a certain extent, meaning like you're your enemy against the Lord?
Right.
Your life is not about helping the Lord's people. It's about destroying the Lord's people. Do you want to be that type of man, or do you want to be a person in all holy conversation and godliness? Let's go to verse 12.
Looking for and hastening unto the coming of the day of the Most High, wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat.
Man, you should be looking forward to this day that's coming. You don't want to be scared of this day that's coming. That's what your oppressor is fearing, this day. But we need to be looking with hastening, with a quickness. All right, verse 13.
Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness.
Right. They say it's nothing more dangerous than a man that has nothing to lose. It's nothing more, I'll say it again, it's nothing more dangerous than a man that has nothing to lose. If you have $1 million home, $1 billion home, somebody step on your shoe, you gonna blow their head off, or you gonna, hold on, I'm about to go to the spa today. I'm about to fly to Jamaica. I'm going to Barbados tomorrow. Why would I shoot this person in the head for stepping on my shoe? But if you living in the projects, roaches and rats, just got out of prison, you're on parole, your baby mama won't let you see your kids, trying to put you on child support, your parole officer calling, your mama calling you a bum, your homeboy just got murdered, a nigga step on your shoe, you'll blow his brains out.
Wow. Because
a man that there's nothing more dangerous than a man that has nothing to lose. But this right here is saying, nevertheless, we, according to the promise, look for new heavens and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness.
Right.
We at the bottom of America. We have nothing to lose here. You don't have no mansion in the hills to lose. You don't have the Lamborghini and the Rolls Royce truck to lose. With this place just being destroyed, we're looking forward to the new earth, the new heaven, the new kingdom where you'll be in rulership. We applaud destruction of this hellhole, man. Give it up to the Lord, man. For these devils getting mad and running into the Capitol, you understand me? And being mad because things aren't going their way and throwing a temper tantrum. We applaud this destruction of this place. We pray for the destruction of this place.
Damn right.
Because we have nothing to lose in this place. And we have everything to gain in the kingdom.
Damn right.
And so we need to give everything we got to get in this kingdom. You don't need to give your heart and your soul and your mind and your body to these goddamn slavery. That's why we call it slavery. Because it's what you're forced to do. You ain't did no work out until you come and do the work of the Lord. That's when you clock in. That's when you check in. When you start helping out your people, you clocked in. You on the clock. That other thing is slavery.
Right.
And so, yeah, man, you have nothing to lose in that world, man. We pray for this new world. Let's keep going.
We're doing everything for our oppressors.
That's right.
What slavery is, doing everything for our oppressors, which we've been doing for the past 500 years. Christmas. We helping out our oppressor. You know what I'm saying? We got to spend all this money at the end of the year, you know what I'm saying? Thousands of dollars, you know what I'm saying? We get these so-called Black Fridays, you know what I'm saying? We still helping them out. You know what I'm saying? It costs him nothing to make these things. And yet he tell us, you know, Black Friday, you know, it's your day where you can go get a TV for $200. You know what I'm saying? It didn't cost them but $50 to make the TV. They still making a profit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we can't be, like I'm saying, we have to stop drinking the wine of our fornication, which, you know what I'm saying, ruins us, spoils us, you know what I'm saying? Let our oppressor just stay on the top of us. You know, we have to get away from Thanksgiving, you know what I'm saying? Get away from Christmas, you know what I'm saying? Those are the, you know what I'm saying? The scriptures say, what does the scripture say? I despise these feast days. Right. The Most High despise these feast days. You know, he's not with these feast days, you know what I'm saying? But we so spoiled, you know what I'm saying? We so, you know, got these feelings, you know what I'm saying? And we just have to do it. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like we ain't got no choice. Like if we don't do it, you know, we looked at as what's wrong with you? Right. You know, we have to this is not our rest. You know what I'm saying? We have to come away from, you know, believing what our oppressor has told us and just taking it to heart and just saying, oh, you know what I'm saying? All right. It feels good, so I'm a still by my, you know what I'm saying? People talk to you and say, you know what I'm saying? I understand what you're saying, but still go out and buy their kids something, you know, spend hundreds of $1,000s at the end of the year on Christmas, you know, and sit up there and tell you, you know, I understand what you're saying, but you're still making our oppressors, you know, keeping our oppressors on our neck. All right. And so, like, if I may for one thing, how do you know someone is sick? You see they have symptoms. It's a symptom. Okay, you sniffling, your nose, you coughing, all of that is how you know this person is sick. Right. So off of what I'm saying too, the symptom of us being sick is we don't have an identity. The symptom is we want to celebrate these other holidays and follow their culture, right? Because that's just it's just showing you the deeper cause is that we've lost our own culture, so we listen to their culture. And on the flip side, I'll say that everyone's mad at Donald Trump. They think he is the bad guy. He is the problem. But what they're showing you today is he's just a symptom of America. He's just representing a small part of the bigger problem. Exactly. That these are devils behind him. On both sides that supporting them and are building them up, and when things don't go their way, they act out. And that's not Donald Trump, man. They were like that before Donald Trump. They're gonna be like that after Donald Trump.
He just was the mouthpiece. He was just a symptom of
Right.
it.
So like that's
Right.
that's the meaning of deceiver. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Deceiving us. You know what I'm saying? We have been deceived and we still being deceived. You know what I'm saying? So Donald Trump is, you know what I'm saying, is the devil that the Bible speaks of, because all he's doing is deceiving us, you know, saying one thing, you know what I'm saying, and they have a whole nother agenda, you know what I'm saying, just using Donald Trump as a puppet.
Right.
Go ahead.
Let's go to verse 14.
Verse 14.
Right.
Wherefore, beloved, seeing that ye look for such things, be diligent that ye may be found of him in peace, without spot and blameless.
Right. So when these things are coming, you want to be found without spot. You want to be blameless. You don't want to get caught in no whorehouse like Lamar Odom passed out high on crack cocaine.
Man.
You don't want to be stealing from your mama, taking no money out of her purse. You know what I mean? You don't want to be doing none of that.
Wow, that's heavy right there.
You want to, you don't be beating you don't so like you don't want to be beating your rib, you know what I'm saying? When Christ returns, man, you want to be found spotless and blameless, man.
You sitting there with a blood in your mouth talking about
right.
Yeah, how was it's over now. You know what I'm saying? It's too late now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got a blood in your hand. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
If I may, real quick. Hey, the thing that you know what black people, what makes black people takes away from them being blameless is their discipline. They lost their discipline. Man.
Right. That's a big part.
Discipline is the key. Discipline is the key to advancing. You know what I mean? To advancing the nation. Every brother in this school has had to deal with being disciplined. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And they're still working on it to a degree because they still ain't. And like Kasam Ahmad said it best. This is a school you never graduate from.
Right.
So there's a level of discipline that you go through year after year that you could never be too disciplined. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So
you could never be too disciplined because there's something else that you're going to learn that's going to require your discipline and how you deal with it.
So seeing what tonight's...
That's what has destroyed... Go ahead.
So, and seeing what tonight's class is, what brings discipline? What would the Lord send us to give us? What's the most disciplined thing we can start with and work with?
I mean, keeping the law. That's the commandment.
Yeah, right, man. You know what I'm saying? The law is discipline. The law is brotherhood.
Right.
Everything about the law, statutes, and commandments is stopping you. It's telling you what not to do, what you need to do and what you don't need to do. Don't see with that woman, that brother's wife. That's discipline. Don't eat pork. That's discipline. Get you some beef bacon instead of that pork bacon. That's discipline. You understand me? All right.
So like about me. So like about me, I just got to bring out one thing.
Right.
Okay. With that being said, you know what I'm saying? Discipline, I say, is a secondary thing. Knowing who you are is the first thing you know what I'm saying, you have to understand, because if you don't know who you are, you can't have that discipline of doing the right thing. Knowing you are, you know what I'm saying, knowing that you're an Israelite, you know what I'm saying, coming to terms that you are Israelite, and then being disciplined, you know what I'm saying? Then you can be disciplined after that fact, you know what I'm saying? But you got to know who you are in terms of knowing what you should be doing and where you're going with that.
And I'm gonna say y'all saying the same. That's the same answer, because who you are is the law, statutes, and commandments.
Yeah.
What makes us Israel is the law, statutes, and commandments. So it's the same thing. It's two sides to the same coin. Because you can't really be an Israelite without the laws, and you can't be disciplined without the law. You know what I mean?
But some of us, like I said, some of us think we, you know what I'm saying, we African, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But if you think you African and don't know you Israelite, you know what I'm saying, you're not knowing who you are. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? You still suffering the heritage of an African, you know what I'm saying, and not doing what you should be doing according to your nationality, you know what I'm saying? So we have to know who our nationality is, and then, you know what I'm saying, and then take the part about being disciplined, you know what I'm saying? I mean, if the laws is there. Go ahead.
What I'm saying, what does it say right here? Let's read the intro to the.
In the ISUPK, we are educated Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans about their true heritage. That's it right
keep
there.
Keep reading.
Which is compromise of the law, statutes, and commandments of the Bible.
Right. Your heritage is the laws.
Right.
So that's what makes a people. See,
Right.
That's what I say the Constitution. America don't exist without a Constitution.
Right.
Because that's what defines it. See, I was even thinking about this. You know, I'm not teaching this. This is my opinion right now. But watching, you know, even with the DNA, they say, well, you related to these Africans and you related to these people. Well, the Bible says we related to those people. You know what I mean? We all come from Noah. So who's to say that it ain't gonna show up that you're related to some of these other people? That doesn't mean you're not an Israelite. Israel was a family that was separated from those people.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So the laws and statutes and commandments is our heritage. That's what makes you an Israelite. Is you can't be one without the other. So I say both of y'all brothers is
right.
It's two sides of the same. It's the same coin. Yeah. Right.
Knowing who you are, I'm saying we have to, you know, who, like I said, I didn't know I was an Israelite, you know what I'm saying, all these years, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I done lived 50 years, you know what I'm saying, and didn't know I was an Israelite, you know what I'm saying? So, like I say, with that encompass, like you said, so hold on,
statutes and commandments, it don't mean nothing.
Right. I mean, if you know them, you know what I'm saying, that's the thing of knowing them. Like I say, I didn't know I was an Israelite, you know what I'm saying, till it was broken down, you know what I'm saying, and me understanding, you know what I'm saying, the Most High giving me this understanding of who I am according to, you know what I'm saying, the Bible, you know what I'm saying. I didn't know that, you know what I'm saying. I just thought I was, you know what I'm saying, black or whatever, you know what I'm saying.
Right.
You know, but even though, you know, I knew I was black, I still always had a thought of, you know what I'm saying, you know, I couldn't trust these, you know what I'm saying, our oppressor, you know what I'm saying. I didn't, like I said, I still didn't know I was an Israelite, you know what I'm saying, but it's like, I can't trust these people over here, you know what I'm saying, but I still didn't know who I was, you know what I'm saying, so I wasn't keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments because I didn't know who I was.
All right.
Once I found out who I was, then, you know what I'm saying, and then you know, ISUPK laying this, you know, laying the truth out, it's like, damn, okay, that's why I shouldn't be doing this. And that's why I shouldn't be sleeping with women and throwing them away. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it encompasses the same thing, you know what I'm saying? But if we don't know who we are, you know what I'm saying, we just still following the laws of the land and doing what the laws of the land say, according to doing what the laws of the Most High say.
All right. And so, Lucky, if I may, really quickly, I seen Captain DeBar Moff, or it's like Officer DeBar Moff doing a class in Chicago. And so he said, you know, the brother got to going. He said, ain't I teaching this goddamn class? You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna keep this thing rocking and rolling. So, Lucky, if I may, the brothers, everybody's making heavy points.
Right.
But as far as let's keep everything in decency and order.
Right.
When you say Salakia, wait till the teacher says go ahead. Salakia does not allow you to start talking. Salakia means you're asking to talk. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So let's keep everything decency order. Let's keep going to verse 15.
Verse 15, and account that the long suffering of our land is salvation.
Our Lord.
Salakia, let me go back. And account that the long suffering of our Lord is salvation, even as our beloved brother Paul also, according to the wisdom given unto him has written unto you.
Right. So we got to have long suffering. Our Lord is going to bring salvation to our people. The word Yahweh means the deliverer. He is the salvation of Israel. He's coming to save his people. Let's keep going. Verse 16.
Verse 16. And also in his epistle, speaking in them of these things, in which are some things heard, some things hard to be understood, which they that are unlearned and unstable rest, as they do also the other scriptures unto their own destruction.
Right.
Man, that's heavy.
Let's go to verse 17.
Verse 17. Ye therefore, beloved, seeing ye know these things before, beware lest ye also, being led away with the error of the wicked. Fall from your own steadfast.
Right. So he's also telling you that you're in the truth. Don't be led away with the wicked. Don't be dismayed or broken down with the things that are going on, with the stresses of the world. This is something to be celebrated. You know, the brother SABBATH talking to that brother earlier, and the brother said he got motivated seeing this thing. It brings back life. This is time for us to get more zeal, to see, like I said, on Sabbath service, we start saying the curses, and then we see them unfolding.
Man.
So the Lord is dealing with Israel. He's dealing with the ISUPK and the commanding junior honor. And we need to stay on this path and don't lose sight of what's to come.
Damn right.
Let's go to verse 18.
But grow in grace and in the knowledge of our power and Savior, Yahushua Mashiach. To him be glory both now and forever. Amen.
Right. So as we're going to go through some times. And if you read Matthew, the 24th chapter, it really breaks down what's to come. And it says, woe unto the woman that's pregnant or to give suck in these days. Meaning a woman that's pregnant or is breastfeeding with a small child, the things that we're going to see is going to be, it's not going to be pretty. Yeah. So we got to get ready mentally and spiritually. And sinning is not going to help. So that's one thing we got to definitely stay away from.
Right.
Use that motivation. You got to hate your oppressor, to not sin, to not want to sin, to see his destruction come swiftly. And one thing I was reading in this book is by Josephus. It's talking about the war in 70 AD. When we read Babylon, I was going to say Brooklyn to Babylon now. From Babylon to Timbuktu, it says that in 70 AD, the Jewish state was put to an end by the Roman, by Vespasian. So in the book of Josephus, he was one of the men that was fighting against the Romans. And he ended up surviving, ended up actually being taken captive by the Romans and writing this book about that war that happened in 70 AD. And in there, he's describing the Roman soldiers. And the description of the Roman soldiers just made me want to get sharper, get on more point, being in the truth. He said the way they practiced was like, how did he word it? He said their practice was like the real battle, and their battle was just like practice to them. He said they never, took any days off. They never tried to take a rest. When they were in peace, what's the saying? They say in times of peace, one must prepare for war. You don't want to get ready when the war comes to your doorstep. So this is the time to strengthen yourself in the truth, to get ready. It said to grow in grace and in the knowledge of our Lord and Savior, Yahushua Mashiach. This is the time to grow and study the precepts, study the Bible, get these scriptures inside of you. It ain't when bombs are going off outside and people shooting, you ain't gonna be, oh man, Mark 14 said, nah, man, you should have studied already.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You should have been ready, and your fear will be, you won't have fear if you studied in this Bible. You won't be scared of your oppressor. You will be happy in this day, but everyone else around you might not understand what's going on. Might be scared. Exactly. So that's it for this. I had a couple more precepts. Matter of fact, one more. Let me bring one more precept and we'll close out this class.
Okay.
Let's go to Ezekiel 35:5. This is one of my favorite scriptures too. This is the beginning of something. We've been telling you about these days. What was that brother? I forgot. Was it Gabba Ward posted that, or somebody posted? He said we were the crazy niggas a couple years ago, and now we not looking so crazy. Boot Up a Shut Up Radio, Wanya Allah and Captain Kahan Thumya were talking about people are going to psychics in 2020. They were going to more psychics this past year to figure out when this coronavirus thing was going to end, when the world was going to become better. They're going to pay Miss Cleo $25 every 10 minutes to figure out what's going to happen, when the priests and prophets of the Lord have been telling you what's going to happen since 1969. We're telling you what's coming next. You just want to hear something good coming next. We tell you, nah, it ain't going to get better, not just yet. And it definitely ain't going to get better for these oppressors. It's only going to get worse, and then we can rise again in the kingdom. And meaning as a nation, rise again and be empowered. Let's go ahead and read.
Ezekiel chapter 35, verse 5, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel.
Select. Go up to verse 2 first, real quickly.
Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it.
Right. The Lord is telling Ezekiel to prophesy against Mount Seir. Mount Seir is the nation of Edom. Let's keep reading. Let's go on down.
And say unto it, thus saith the Lord the Lord our power, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee.
Donald Trump, I am what?
I am against thee.
The Republicans, what?
I am against thee.
The Democrats, what?
I am against thee.
The liberals,
I am against thee.
the feminists,
I am against thee.
the gay movement,
I am against thee.
the lesbian movement,
I am against thee.
Ku Klux Klan,
I am against thee.
Aryan Nation.
I am against thee.
The Lord is what?
I am against thee.
Read.
And I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate.
Right. This place is going to be destroyed. This is a prophecy from Ezekiel. We read in the prophecy from John the Revelator. We read in, you can go into Isaiah and Jeremiah. You can hear about all these prophecies. Obadiah, good night. One of my favorite books as well, too. Obadiah is prophesying against Edom and Esau. These things that we're seeing that's coming to existence. Let's go to verse 4. You got a precept you want to pull out?
Come. Hebrews chapter 12, verse 16. Lest ye be a fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright.
Man, sold his birthright. That's another thing. See, it's one thing you talk about the inheritance. It's another thing to talk about your birthright. We got an inheritance that's coming to us, but then there's your birthright that you're born with that you get off birth. You see what I'm saying? And Esau gave up his birthright too. His birthright and his inheritance and his blessings.
Right.
All of that. And so we coming with this birthright. Don't be profane like Esau. He didn't care about the Most High. He didn't care about any blessings. He wants it now. And we see that spirit running through these Trump supporters at the Capitol.
Right now.
They don't say, we'll wait 4 years, we'll vote somebody else in. I still own Walmart. You know what I'm saying? I still got this land and property that my grandfather gave me. I still got this, I got that. Why would I go kick in the door of the Capitol and shoot somebody? Because for a morsel of bread, man, because they can't have it right now, they're willing to throw everything away. They gonna kill 683,000 of each other because you don't want to sit down and talk out who's gonna control the slaves, who's gonna be in charge of the niggas. All right, let's keep going.
Verse 4: I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Most High.
Man, who is the most atheistic group on earth? Europeans. Who are the people that don't believe in the Lord the most? The white man. Who are the ones that worship Satan the most? Has anybody seen a goddamn rock concert lately? Well, obviously we ain't seen one in 2020 because concerts got shut down.
Right.
But you go back in the days and you watch from Kiss to who else? Some Metallica.
Right.
To goddamn Marilyn Manson.
Right.
Everyone throwing up the devil horns and worshiping Satan and Marilyn Manson ripping the Bible up and upside down crosses, everything going against the Bible. And in the world, you just think these are just some evil, wicked people, and that's just them. It's not all, the oppressors will come to the truth, you start realizing they're telling you they hate the children of Israel. They know who you are. That ain't just some, oh, I'm satanic guy. It's cool because I wear black makeup.
Right.
Nah, we wish black people would disappear. We wish Latino people would die.
Right.
That's what they're really talking about. And they're showing you they have concerts full of people that hate the Lord. But read verse 4 again.
I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Most High.
Yeah, you were atheist, weren't you? You said there is no God.
Right.
You asked for proof. You can't prove there's a God. So how do you know there's a God? All these vain and ignorant questions and being facetious as people, they don't really even believe that. They know there's a Most High, but they trying to convince you that they don't believe in God because they want to go against his chosen people. But in that day, when destruction comes to America, we'll know that the Lord is, they'll know that the Lord is real. Salakia, we have something to say on one?
Yeah, but especially the ages, they say they, you know what I'm saying, they can't believe nothing they can't see, you know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying, if that's what you're going off of, you will never see the Most High. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If you ain't got faith in the Most High, you know what I'm saying, these laws, statutes, and commandments, you know what I'm saying, you will be spoiled and you will be destroyed.
Right. Let's read verse 5.
Verse 5, because thou hast had a perpetual.
Go ahead.
Hey, what's that? What's that script that the brother pull out on? What's the name of the movie? For they shall know that not that.
You talking about Samuel L. Jackson?
Yeah.
Oh,
when he put that script on him.
Salakia.
Which one is that?
You giving?
I thought it was just a cold.
Man, you giving me a terrible idea for camp. I'm bringing that out of camp. Salakia. That's a call. Yeah, when he read that precept, good night. Yeah.
Right.
That was a hell of a sin.
No, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
We'll know.
But let's see. Yeah, we might have to extend a little bit longer. I'm gonna try to find it while I'm going to read verse 5 again. Baba Gashad.
Ezekiel chapter 35, verse 5, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity.
Right. They've had a perpetual hatred for the children of Israel. That's what they have done. And in the time of our calamity, when we were struggling with Black Lives Matter, when brothers was out here trying to kneel just so we wouldn't get killed, what happened? They called them sons of bitches.
Right.
They didn't have any heart. They didn't have any compassion for us in our calamity. So verse 6.
In the time that their iniquity had an end. I got a precept.
Let's keep going with this. Finish this one over.
Okay. Therefore, as I live, saith the Most High Power, I will prepare thee unto blood.
Right.
And blood shall pursue thee. Sith thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee.
Right. You have not hated being a murderer. The oppressor hasn't hated doing anything it takes to destroy our people. They've encouraged it. They brag about it. You talk about it. Well, we didn't steal the land from the Native American Indians. They just lost.
Right.
If they were stronger, they would be the one. And they brag about this. They feel victorious. And so they haven't hated murdering people. They didn't hate dropping that bomb on Hiroshima. So now blood is going to pursue them. Destruction is going to come and follow them the same way they've had followed everyone else. Let's read verse 7.
Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate and cut off from it him that pursueth out of him that ruleth, that returneth.
Right. And read one more.
Verse 8, and I will fill his mountains with his slain men, in thy hills and in thy valleys and in all thy rivers shall they fall that are slain with the sword.
Right.
Man, that's heavy.
Let's see. So that's what's going to come to this nation. And I did find that precept, Kabaraban from Pulp Fiction. Let's see, is Ezekiel. We in Ezekiel, so it's right over Ezekiel chapter 25 and verse 17. I can't read it like Samuel L. Jackson, but goddamn. He said, and I will execute great vengeance upon them with furious rebukes, and they shall know that I am the Lord when I shall lay my vengeance upon them. You know what I'm saying? That's
Damn right.
they shall know who the Most High is.
Damn right.
Yeah. It's just too late. It's too late for them.
Right.
You know, they've gone.
Where them brothers that used to stand on the corner.
Right. Exactly. They shall know when the Lord sets his vengeance upon them. So that was it. I think may have one more precept or
Yeah, that was a precept. Genesis chapter 27, verse 41. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him.
Right.
And Esau said in his heart, the days mourn for my father art at hand. Then I will slay my brother Jacob.
Right.
You know, that's saying, like I say, he, you know, even though he was so adamant about just getting this morsel of meat, he didn't care about the blessing. He cared about, just like he was saying, he just cared about what was happening then. You know what I'm saying? Just like now, you know what I'm saying? He didn't care about, you know, what his father was going to bless him with. He just wanted to get what he could then and now. That's all mattered to him, is then and now. So, you know, it just, like I say, it just goes to show, you know what I'm saying? Our press only care about what's happening now. They even though they might know some of these scriptures, but they can't control what the Most High is going to do. You know what I'm saying? What's going to come upon them. They only care about, you know, them spoiling us, them getting what they getting, you know, now, you know, what they getting now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I just bring that out.
Go ahead, please.
What he just said, that's an act of deception right there from the deceiver. You know what I mean?
Right.
He went against what he told his brother. Yeah, you can have it, man.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like butter, smooth as butter. You can have that, man.
Right.
As soon as he got his belly full, hey, I'm bringing you a blanket full of syphilis. You know?
Right.
Wow.
That's
Go die tonight, man.
so like if I may, that's the treaties that got how many failed treaties that got backdoor basically.
Right.
Right.
Same spirit.
That was one of them. You can have my blessing. That was agreement he came with Jacob. You know what I mean?
And that is cold blooded. And then want to kill you for breaking his agreement. Because I broke my agreement. God damn, man.
Right.
I like examples, man. How could you explain that another way? So you say, hey man, if you give me this ride to the store, you can have my car. And then that nigga sit that cracker, the cracker see you driving the car and start shooting at it. This nigga in my car. You know what I'm saying? Like, bruh, you just gave me the car. You just said I can have it for a ride. And now you start pulling out the AK-47 at the car. You know what I'm saying? While I drive by.
It's like he drunk. You know, hey, he drunk and he say that to you. You know what I mean?
Right.
Wow.
He was fully conscious of what he was saying.
Right.
Shabbat, sir.
Go ahead, please.
Is it safe to say similar? Similarly, you can say like how Esau. I mean, how the Edomites are doing the people. Like, you know, tell them, hey man, eat this pork. Follow me. Don't listen. Just follow what I say. You won't die. I won't kill you. Then at the end of the day, shooting you in your head, kneeling on your neck.
Right.
You know what I mean? No,
that is a good point, because what they tell you, just go to school, become a good American, and everything gonna be all right.
Exactly.
And it don't work out that way. So that's another lie that they teach you.
Right.
They try to tell you, or keep voting. We gonna change the system. Get into the system, and then you can change the system. Be patient.
Man.
That's the same thing. But I heard Kabah say Salagi. Go ahead.
Yeah. For that brother's point, when they feed you that, they taking the Most High away from you at that point. They
Damn right.
Mm-hmm.
when they put that pork in you, they know the Most High not gonna be with you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I think it's a tad bit different if I'm not. You know what I mean?
No sweat, no sweat.
It's a tad because they understand that your God is not gonna be with you. That's like everybody knew that if we go against the Israelites and their God is with them, we not gonna win. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But if these dudes is in order with the Most High, we can never beat them. So they put that pork in you because when the Most High come, he goes, "Hey man, you been sitting around eating pork all damn day." You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's because of what Amawan said. You gotta get to know who you is, and then you gotta put these laws up in you. These laws is meant for certain people.
Right.
Damn right.
So it's a catch-22 to every. That's what I brought out just a minute ago. They know more than the niggas know about what they doing when it comes to this book, but it ain't for them though.
Right. That's they
know
form.
how to keep an Israelite brother unclean. They got a purpose. They got a point and an agenda to make every Israelite unclean. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Go ahead, sir.
No sweat. Yeah, that's knowing your enemies better than you know yourself, or studying your enemy. They gotta study us. They studied us to a T, and they that's why they got so close to our book, because and that's another part. This is gonna be my last part, unless y'all brothers bring another hell of a good point out. But the war I was talking about when they killed our people in 70 AD, they took the money from our temple and from our people and built the Roman Colosseum, that big old Colosseum that you see in your history class in Rome. Half of the building is cut off because of time, you know what I mean? But that big old Colosseum, they built it off of stealing from the Israelites' temple. And so inside of there, they was putting our people in there and feeding them to the lions and making us fight bears and doing all this type of things for their entertainment.
Right.
And after so long of them throwing, followers of Christ in there, they said, we can't destroy them this way. Let's get closer to them. Let's take this Bible. Let's start the Roman Catholic Church. Let's study what the hell they talk. They wanted to learn us better than we knew, and so they could use it against us. So that's kind of what Kabal, I'll piggyback off what Kabal was saying.
If I may, and you can correct me if possible, I went to the conclusion that everything that became a religion damn near was based off the fact that other nations who knew damn well they wasn't a part of the covenant, but they saw the love that the Israelites had for their God. You know what I mean? For our power. And they knew that by us having this power, we was undefeatable. And they started to make up other things like that Catholic Church,
right,
and Buddhism and all these and Muslim. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
All these other things based off of the fact that what they saw, and they wanted an entity like what we had. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I definitely that's right on point. Then I can agree with that. Like the movie you brought out with what's his name? Eli, book of Eli.
On the book of Eli. Yeah,
right.
I was just thinking about that too. Yeah.
Right. So yeah, the other nations needed their own book or something, or the same book. John Muhammad says that in class. He teaches that I'm sure you learned from John Muhammad as well, that we're the only people that don't see power in the Bible. The Jews, the so-called Jews, the Jewish people, they have taken over the world with our book. The Muslims have remixed it and taken over the world with the foundation of our book. The Catholics, the Christians have made billions and billions and billions of dollars, trillions of dollars on land all over the globe based off of your book. But once you tell a Black, Hispanic, or Native American Indians, this is your book, they don't want to hear it. It has to be for everyone. But the Pope doesn't say it's for everyone. The Pope,
Right.
he got a private library underneath the Vatican where no one can go to, they don't have any access to, because they want to keep these records to hold their power. And we got to find the power in these records. Holy Bible. Holy means separate, Kodash in the Hebrew, and Bible is records, man. So these are separate records. It's a separate book. It's in the name. All right. So for time's sakes, we are over time a little bit, 14 minutes. One more time, though, I'll let it go around, man. It's good to hear from the brothers. So, brothers bringing out good points. If brothers want to go anything else, man, young man.
Hey, I want to ask. I got a question. I got a question to ask real quick.
Go ahead, please.
That brother that was down there in Atlanta. Did you heard about that? What was it? He a Christian pastor, I'm pretty sure, but
right.
Did you hear some of the stuff that he was saying and whatnot?
Did
the brother said some shit. I was like, this nigga need to be in the truth, man.
Oh, like that?
Christian. And he said America needs to repent for the racism that they have had against the black people.
Right.
And this lady was the person he was running against. This white lady was bringing that all about. He said way more than he said. A couple more things that meant this brother is he know better.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it was crazy. It was kind of deep to me. I wanted to know if y'all had heard it, but Raphael Warner or something.
Right. I'm gonna go look into it. I will say that General Muhammad also said this. I quote the General Muhammad a lot, but sometimes they will. I don't know. I haven't seen it, but I gotta read his spirit or anything like that. Sometimes the Christians they'll become more radical or more, about the people because the people are becoming about that. So I can't say he's not doing it to sound good because he know the times, but he might be genuine. Like I said, there's people in the world, man, that have good intentions, but they lost. You know what I mean? So we can never say this.
That's what I feel about him. I feel like he got the intentions, but he still got to come. He need to be a trooper again.
Right.
He got to be a goddamn trooper because from what I heard, he a little different than the average Christian pastor.
Okay. I'll definitely go.
I mean, if when you listen to him, if you can decipher or come up with whatever he got, I'll be happy to, hear you out on it. But at the end of the day, but I felt like he knew a little something extra.
Right.
But he don't want to turn it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Well, I'll look into the brother and look into his history. I heard a brother say Salakia too, but his actions gonna speak louder than words. You start seeing he done got 4 people locked up and sent to jail. That information will come out. It's just if he, you know what I mean? Go ahead.
He was like I said, from what I saw, he was kind of deep, but he just didn't have it. He wasn't a general. He wasn't a trooper.
Right.
I mean, he wasn't even a trooper. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's the only. Listening to him, he caught fire. I was like, God damn, this brother's speaking like he's been in the school this whole time or something.
Right. Yeah,
but he never touched the school.
It's like your brothers do watch though. Don't think it hasn't touched people's ears too.
Right.
People are hearing, but I heard another brother say Salakia.
Okay.
Young man. So I was just gonna say what you said too. These false prophets and these preachers, man, they know where the truth is. Just because they don't preach it, don't mean they don't know. So they you know what I'm saying, they follow in their pockets, but they also know what the real truth is. So they go tune into the ISUPK.
Right.
They will make sure they you know what I'm saying, they know the truth. But that wasn't what I was trying to say. I don't want.
Okay.
Salakia, sir. But Nat Turner,
to bring it back to him and how you just paraphrased that and said that, you know, most Christians, pastors, you know, they're coming to themselves, they're rise up. Is that the same thing, similar to what you're saying, sir?
La, I wouldn't put Nat Turner in that spirit. Nat Turner, okay, the thing I was talking about, that's definitely not the same thing. So like it, because what Joe Muhammad was saying, that a pastor like Al Sharpton, all right, if black people are just happy and living their life, then Al Sharpton is gonna say, get your money and get you a job, and the Lord wants to bless you with a house. Okay, now black people getting shot down in the streets, niggas is rioting, niggas are looting, niggas are coming out talking about, you know, fighting against the system. Then Reverend Al Sharpton is going to make a new sermon that's going to say, the black man is oppressed like Christ was oppressed in Rome. And the black man is going through this because he has been at the bottom of the barrel. America needs to atone for its sins. And they'll start catering their sermons to what you want to hear. That's what they say. A good pimp, I know you heard Mac Dre say it, I'm in a chick ear telling her everything she want to hear. A pastor's going to talk to you about what you want to hear to get your attention, to get your money. So that's that part. Nat Turner went and gave up his life because he believed what the hell he was talking about. He went and murdered, you know, not even murdered. He fought for his people, and 62 some white people died at the hands of Nat Turner in his revolt. That is not the same thing. Nat Turner believed in what he was doing. He believed he was trying to help his people. It may not have been the right way to go about it, but it definitely was. That brother was trying to do something righteous, you know what I'm saying, for his people. So that's not the same. He wasn't using that to gain. If Nat Turner would have got a house and some horses and some money for doing it, then now that's the same thing. So Nat Turner ended up becoming oil. They grinded his body up and turned it into oil, and his skin into shoes and belts, because he died trying to fight for his people. So I wouldn't say that. That's the same thing. Right on. Yep. So that's the only thing I'm saying about this pastor. I'm not saying he ain't got the right spirit. I'm not saying he got the wrong spirit. We're going to check him out. We're going to see. But we do got to watch for. That's all I was saying. Sometimes they know what time. They know Black Lives Matter is going. They know everybody want to be woke. They know everybody wants to fight against the system. So they might start talking that talk now because you want to hear it now. And that's what Muhammad was saying. So we just got to watch them cats like that, you know.
Well, so man.
Go ahead.
Well, like you say, the brother, he's still, you know, we don't even know if he still ain't denounced pork. He's still having barbecues and cooking ribs, huh?
Right.
So, yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, the truth will be revealed, man. Everything that's in the dark will come to light. So you give it enough time, or you look into his record enough, you'll see what type of man he really is. And like we said, just because a brother is a Muslim don't mean he don't want to help his people. It's because a brother is, you know, a Christian don't mean they not trying to help. It's just their method we know is not going to work until they come into the truth. Exactly. So yeah, we don't hate our brothers. We correct our brothers, and that's something I learned too. You know, when I was in the East Coast at Passover a couple years ago, and I was talking to a brother in Philadelphia. He was like, "Yeah, I'm out in the Philadelphia school," and I was like, "Man, it's a lot of Muslims out there." He was like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Yeah, I know they want to help our people. A lot of them would be good brothers if they was in the truth." He said, "Nah, they are good brothers. They just not in the truth." You know what I'm saying? So our brothers are not our enemies like that. There's some brothers out. He might be a man that's trying to help us. I won't say it's not possible, but he gonna have to show me first. That's all. All right. But with that, for time's sake, so like I'm gonna have to let brothers go. We're gonna have to meet again next week.
It's 2 hours.
Right. We go ahead and close out the class. I'll go ahead and salute the brothers. Shalom, Yabashim, Al-Shah, Barakathon.
Yahweh Shema, Alatham Bashem Yahushai.
All right. Shalom, Yabash. Shalom, Shamar, Alatham, Bashim, Al-Shah. All right. Class dismissed.